Hi, grade 6 Emirati syllabus. Today I will make a review on grammar. But before I will go to our review today, I would like to say don't forget to make share, like, subscribe to my channel, send you new videos. Let's go to our review today. Today I will make a quick review on what we learned in the grammar section. Here we talk about tenses, and we know the kind of tenses that we have in English. In English, we have many tenses. We have present continuous, we have present simple, we have present perfect, we have future simple, we have future continuous, future perfect, past perfect, simple, past simple, and past continuous. And every tense from this tense have its function, and all of us know the function when we use every tense of this tense. Let's go to another item here. Here we talk about the sentence in English. Sentence structure in English consists of subject, verb, object. I would like to know this. We have subject, verb, object. When we make a question, we have the same. No, in the question we use WH question and we put the verb before the subject. Let's go to another one here. Here we talk about the present progressive or present continuous. What is the present continuous combined of, or what is the keyword of this tense? What is this tense consists of, or formula of this tense? Let's know together how to do this tense. The present simple tense. Before anything, the present simple tense expressing action happening at the time of speaking. Okay, this is the rule. So here we have some normal verbs and verb to be. We use it in this tense. Here we have the subject pronoun to be he, she, it, I. We, he, she, it take is and isn't. I take am or am not. You can write am as it is or abbreviation as it is. We, they, you, are, aren't. He, she, it, is, isn't. This is in affirmative form, on positive form, and isn't in negative form. I am not am in the positive form, affirmative form, and I'm not in the negative form. We, they, you, are. Here is in the positive form, here in the negative form. Here is we say the main verb. What is the main verb? The main verb is the verb that essential or it's important in the sentence. Essential verb in the sentence, or the verb that is the base of the sentence. Like we say here, he, she, it is watching. So watching here is the verb. It is helping verb, and watching is the main verb of this tense, of this sentence. Okay, so here it will be here when we make a sentence, we say he is watching the news, or she is watching the news, or we are watching the news. Okay, so what is the keywords of this tense? The keywords of this tense, it will be now, at the moment, look, listen. When we tell someone to pay attention with me, we say look. So when we say look, I talk about the time of speaking now, not in the past, not in the present. When we say listen or look or anything like this, means that you tell this one to pay attention with me. Okay. Here we have, when we use being as the verb to be, we use am, is, are, or am not as is not, am not, are not. Being plus the object, or here in this, like this one, we say he or he is being lazy. So here I put here the object or adjective instead of this. We have here the verb being, and I put here the object or adjective as it is. Okay. Let's go to another one here. When we talk about yes, no question, we use WH question plus the verb. We replace the verb instead of subject. Let's go to another one. Here is the forming of the present progressive. What can I do the present progressive as a question? Like this one. When we use WH question or yes, no question, we say, when we use yes, no question, I put what I do, I say, is Ali eating a sandwich? And I put question mark at the end of the sentence. When we use WH question, I use it like this. We say what, here is, it will be, what is Ali eating? Have here a verb. Here we have we have missing of the verb. So here in this part we explaining that we must have a helping verb with main verb, like this one. Who is eating a sandwich? When we ask about Ali, I say who is eating sandwich, or when you ask about what, I say what is Ali eating? I omit sandwich and say and ask about something that I want to ask about it. Let's go to another item here. Forming of the present progressive. This one is the present progressive. We'll say, for example, doctors are treating a patient. So when we make a question of this, or yes, no question of this tense, we say, we say, are the doctors treating the patient? Here is when we do yes, no question. When we talk about who, or about when we ask about something about the doctors, here I ask about doctors by what? Who are treating the patients. Okay, so this is when we make WH question. Here when we make a yes no question, we say are the doctors treating the patients? Let's go to another one here. Here is the past progressive, which is called past progressive or past continuous. What is the formula of this tense? Was where plus verb plus ing form. And what is the keywords of this tense? It will be while and when. Okay, this is the keywords of this tense. Here we say, when we talk about normal verbs, we say he, she, it, I, he, you, we, they, take, were, and weren't. Say he, they were or weren't watching the news. When we say here, he or he was or wasn't being lazy. So here we say, when the telephone rang, when the telephone, here when we talk about the past continuous tense, with the verb that comes after, it comes with when, it will be in the past form. Another verb, it will be in the past progressive or past continuous. When the telephone rang, I can say I was studying. For example, I was studying. So here I use the past simple after when, and in the next part of the sentence I use the past continuous tense. Let's go to another item here. Here when we do the question form from the past progressive, what can I do with? Here we say, this is an example. Ali was eating a sandwich. So when we make yes no question, what can I do? I say was Ali eating a sandwich. Here I replace the verb instead of what? I replace the verb here instead of subject. I say here was Ali. I make here a replacement. I say here was Ali. It will be like this. Was Ali eating a sandwich? And I continue the sentence. Here we say, when we ask about Ali, what is the keywords question that I use it? I use who. Who was eating sandwich, and I put question mark and at the end of the sentence. Don't forget to put the question mark at the end of the sentence. Okay. Let's go to another item here. I can't explain all, but I explain some of them. Okay, not all the slides. Okay. Here we say WH question was where plus verb plus ing. I explained this before. I go to another tense, which is the present simple tense. Shortened means make sure the answer short. Okay, like this one. Here we say with normal verbs and with verb to be. Here we say he, she, it, doesn't. Here is when we have does, I omit the s. When we have does or doesn't, I omit the s. So the answer is, so here we say he doesn't watch the news. So here is when we put does, I omit the s. Don't have s. With are, you, with they, don't have s. So I put the verb as it is. So what is the keywords of this tense? It will be already, or sorry, not already, always, usually, sometimes, every day, every, usually, sometimes, really, we have here usually, sometimes, never, always, really, often, and so on. All these the keywords of the present simple tense. And as we learned before, that the present, when we use the present simple tense, we use the present simple tense to expressing habits and facts, as we know before, and routines. Okay, I think we explained this before. Okay. Here we say here in this tense, when we talk about this is a negative, and when we talk about the question form. In these verbs here we have can and can't, must. This called modal verbs. With modal verbs, we say I can or must or may, can't, and put the verb in the infinitive form. Let's go to another one. The following verbs often used in the simple tense. It will be here: believe, forget. Here, this is the verb that we use the simple form: believe, forget, hear, know, like, love, need, prefer, remember, see, understand, want. All these verbs don't take ing form. Used with what? With the present simple form. Let's go to another one here. Here we talk about the present simple tense with verb to be, like this one. Here we say players are on the plane. So when we make a keyword, when we make yes no question, what I can do, I say are the players on the plane, and I put question mark at the end of the sentence. We say here who are on the plane. When we ask about the players here, I ask about subject pronoun. We say who are on the plane. Let's go to another item here, which is the present simple form. We is using do and does. Ali eats sandwich. So here it's here is what? In the simple form. So what can I ask with by yes and no? I ask by does. So the answer here it will be does. Here does it to be here? Does Ali? I replace the verb instead of subject. It will be does Ali eat a sandwich, and I return the verb to what? To the steam form or the infinitive form. When we want to ask about Ali, I say who eats the sandwich. Here I ask about what? Here I ask about the person who eats the sandwich. Here is we say when we ask about what? When we ask about the sandwich, I say what does, it will be here, what does Ali eat? If I ask about sandwich, I say what does Ali eat, and I omit the s at the end of the verb. Okay, let's continue the rest of the this tense. Here we have students study English. So when we make a yes no question, what can I do? I say do student. Here it will be here, do students study English, and I omit the s. When we make a question form, I say who studies English. When we ask about English, I say what do here is what do students study? What do students study? Why? Because here students is plural, not singular. Okay. When we use a present form by the modal verbs, let's go to know how we use it with the modal verbs, like this one. Ministers can meet the king. So when we make yes no question, what can I do? I replace the verb, the modal verb. It will be can ministers meet the king. So when we ask about the ministers as the one that I want to know, I can say what? I can say who can meet the king. Let's go to another one here. Here is you talk about what? About past simple form. I explain the past simple form in shortly, and then next class I will continue this tense. In this tense expressing the action happened and ended in the past, and we use this tense when we narrate something to others. Okay, something happened and ended, and I go to the school or any place and talk about my friend or my colleague and say to him what happened what happened yesterday. Like yesterday I went with my family to the park. I met my friend. I meet my relatives and so on. So here when we narrate, so this called this is the usage of this tense. Here we say when we use did or didn't, I omit the ed. Okay, so when we make a question, when we make a keyword a question or a negative form, I say here so didn't come with all pronouns. He, she, it, you, we, they, take didn't. Okay, this is the there isn't a difficulty here in this part. Okay, here we have modal verbs in the past form. To be could, had to, could and had to and would and so on. Okay, let's go to another one here. Here we say, when we make a question form by did. In yes, no question, what can I do? Here is the sentence, in front of us. Let's do this sentence with yes, no, with did, and with WH question. Here is Ali. Ali saw a mouse. So what can I do this in the past form? I use did. It will be here did. I put Ali here, so I replace the verb instead of the subject. Subject here, it will be Ali. Did Ali see a mouse? And I put question mark at the end of the mouse of the sentence. Okay. When we talk about about the one who saw the mouse, I say who saw the mouse without putting did here. Okay. When we use did as a when we use the past form of the modal verb like this one, we say here ministers could meet the king. When we make a question, I say what? Could ministers meet the king? So when we talk about who, I say who could meet the king. Okay, who could meet the king. But when we use the models, so models it will be in the past form, but the verbs that come after models, it will be in the infinitive form. This is the rule that I would like to note. Okay, I stop here today. Next class I continue the rest of the tenses I hope to benefit and enjoy our video today. Thanks a lot. Until we meet again. Goodbye.